Before PTSD, he was always he was sort of like the life of the party, very affectionate. He did have a little bit of impatience and I would say a little bit of anger, but he was he was fun. We had a good relationship. We would talk, at least every second day. He was, he would be the one that always, give me hugs and tell me, "Mom, I love you. Don't worry about me," etc. Um, and he wasn't always the easiest child by any means. I mean, he had his times when he was his teens, but he was loving. Yeah, he was just, he was funny. When he came back from Afghanistan, he was definitely, there's a huge change. There was a huge amount of anxiety. In fact, he was actually having panic attacks. He had the racing heart. He had chest pain. He went to the emergency room, and lot of anger, very short tempered. I was out. Went to visit him in Edmonton, and we were out in the car, and I thought, stop the car, I'm getting out, because he was so aggressive. Um, you couldn't talk to him. He would, just sort of, close his eyes and look into space. Sometimes it was really. I was very, very concerned. Um, he was a different person, and we talked about post-traumatic stress. He didn't want to hear about it. He didn't want to talk about it. He couldn't admit he had PTSD because if he did, he would be. There'd be some problems with him getting advancements in the army, and this was a life choice for him to be in the army. Afterwards, I was actually almost afraid to talk to him. I was afraid to pick up the phone. I had a huge amount of anxiety myself because I didn't know what I would hear on the other side. Sometimes he would say that, he didn't feel like living. He was drinking too much. He wasn't sleeping. He was, again, very quick to anger, very, very impatient, and, would just fly off the handle for no reason. Very impatient with almost anybody in his life. When he came back for summer vacation, I told him ahead of time that, he needed some type of help, and if he couldn't talk to somebody in the army, he couldn't get help, that I was searching for some help. And I heard about Tracy, and I made him an appointment, and I said, be prepared to spend, the day with her. Well, he came home, I think, after 4 to 5 hours, and he said to me, I don't know, it's different, but there's something different, and I can't explain it. He goes, I just can't explain it. And within a few days, he was tired. He was tired immediately afterwards, and within a few days, there was almost like a weight had been lifted off his shoulders, and he couldn't explain it, he couldn't articulate it, but he said he just felt less stress, he felt less anxiety, and it continued to get better. In fact, every time I call him now, there's no dread on my side. I know when I reach him, he's going to be happy. He's talks to me, he doesn't shut me out. So there is a huge difference, and he knows there's a difference.